on the world. I'm Xin Yuzhang. I'm so pleased to have Sharon Boluva, Chairman of the Fairfax Board of Supervisors. Thank you for your time. Can you tell us more about yourself?
Sure. And first of all, let me thank you for inviting me to be on your program. This is a pleasure. And just a little bit about myself, I am the chairman of the Fairfax County Board of Supervisors. I was originally elected in 1988 as the Braddock supervisor, and then I was elected in a special election to be chairman of the Board of Supervisors in February of 2009. So right now, I'm running for my second full four-year term.
How do you feel? Do you still feel so excited about the election?
I will be so excited when election day is behind me.
So what are your priorities for this year's election?
My priorities, first of all, the Board of Supervisors, local government is responsible for setting a tax rate on your real estate taxes, your personal property taxes, and also business taxes. And my priority is to strike the right balance between investing in a great educational system, making sure that we continue to have safe streets and neighborhoods, making sure that we have a great quality of life in Fairfax County, good libraries and parks, human services, and making sure that we take care of transportation issues, environmental issues, and that we do all of those things while keeping taxes affordable for our constituents and for our businesses. And so that is my priority.
I think it's hard sometimes during the recession in 2008. It's really hard you make this balance. Do you think it's hard to meet the people's very high expectation because you did great job and then people got to make you try be a perfect?
That's a very, very good question. And in Fairfax County especially, people have very high expectations. And we're also a very well-educated community, and people have a lot of expertise in a lot of different areas, and so they have a high expectation for my and the Board of Supervisors being able to deliver excellent services and maintain a good quality of life. I think that the best way to manage people's expectation is to engage them in the process of governance. And so when people are at the table with you, they're helping to solve issues and solve problems, and they have a better idea about the complexity of being able to do that and some of the complications. Like right now, we have a very slow recovery from the Great Recession. It's complicated by the sequestration, inaction on Capitol Hill, lack of funding, especially for transportation and in the area of human services from the federal government. Those make it harder. And when the community understands those things and are partners with local government and helping to resolve those issues, I think that helps to manage expectations, and it also is satisfying to the community to be part of the process.
Wow, that's a good idea. Just invite all the communities, sit around the table and work together, get things done. So you are a very good listener. Also impressed me. I think several fields you are really expertise. You are really excel in several fields. Like for me, the public relations, you're really good at it. And another thing is like economy. So can you tell us more about your specialties?
I guess the thing that I have sort of specialized in is, for the most part, has been budget issues. And my background, educational background, and before I got into politics was business management. But once I got on the Board of Supervisors, I was really interested in the budget, and I was interested especially in making sure that the Board of Supervisors was more engaged in the process, and that we had a stronger role in giving direction to our county staff, to the county executive. But not only that, that we also involve the community in budget dialogues, town meetings, so that the budget process becomes a collaborative process, both with the Board of Supervisors, among ourselves, and with the community. So that has become my specialty, and something that I enjoy. I enjoy community engagement. I like to get people together. I like to get people together whenever there's a problem or a challenge, and for me, that's a great, satisfying way to serve the community. And so that is a skill I have that helps with budget, it helps with just with government. And when we've had difficulties with the presence of gangs in Fairfax County, bringing the community together to look at that problem and to come up with ways to prevent and intervent young people from becoming involved in gang activity is something that I have participated in and has really resulted in our having a very low level of gang activity and more opportunities for young people to do things that are wholesome and to do things that, to turn to activities that help them to become good citizens.
Public safety is very important.
Yes.
So,
yes, it is.
Except for this, what upcoming challenges do you feel you will face in the future, near future?
Several things. First of all, continuing to make sure we're funding the budget adequately during what continue to be difficult times. There are great needs in our school budget, in our educational system, and so it's important that we work closely with the school board and school staff to resolve that and make sure we're sufficiently funding our schools. So budget issues will continue to be a challenge. Also, I've spent time during the past year to change some of the ways we respond to public safety issues, police issues, and that we are more transparent than we have been in the past.
Oh, yeah, I heard about some cases happened before,
Exactly.
and then you have to communicate with
Exactly.
residents.
And so sometimes when a very bad thing happens, the silver lining is helping to engage the community, bring the community together to identify better ways for us to respond. And that has been the case. Since March, there has been a Police Practices Review Commission that I created. The board endorsed it, and they've come up with many recommendations for how we can improve the way we have a great police department, first of all. We have a great public safety family, and but there are things we can do to enhance our excellence and to make sure also that we are providing more information and that we're more transparent, that we put more information out so that people understand more about decisions that were made and what is going on in the public safety arena. So budget, public safety, economic development, with the federal government cutting back on federal contracting, it's important that Fairfax County, and we've been very reliant on federal contracting as part of our business sectors, to find different businesses and different business sectors for us to encourage and develop in Fairfax County so that we're not so dependent on federal contracting and especially defense-related federal contracting.
It seemed to me you have done a great job. How did you get involved in the politics?
by accident. So if you were to ask me years ago if I ever thought I would go into politics, I would say no way. But I became involved in my civic association in Kings Park West, and I really loved that. So it was fun being involved in the community, and I learned a lot about serving the community and creating positive activities and things in the community that make people feel good. They're part of the community, they know each other, and they're doing things together. So that led me to become close to the supervisor, who at the time represented our district, and she was helping us to work through some difficult issues. And so I thought, this is great. I love what she's doing for us. You know, she's helping us work through problems. And so she invited me to come and work for her as her aide. And then she decided to run for chairman of the board, and she encouraged me to run for her seat. So then...
did she succeed?
She did succeed, so it was Audrey Moore. So she was elected chairman, and I was scared to death about running for office the first time.
But you did.
I didn't like speaking.
You did elected at the first time too, right?
I was elected the first time, yes.
Wow, so you were a great leader for me. So if I come back, this is first section. We come back, I want to find out how you became a great leader. So among one of the people I admired. So we are having chairman of Fairfax Board of Supervisors, Sharon Boluva, with me on Channel 10. So we are going to air every Tuesday, Saturday, 7:30 p.m. on Channel 10. Thank you.
International, a way for emerging and established immigrant and refugee artists and artisans to find hope to earn a living while enriching the lives of all of us. Empowered Women International, making a better America every day. For more information on Empowered Women International's educational programs or to make a tax-free donation, contact cfrip at AOL.com.
You'd think it would be easy to tell which kids have trouble with their eyesight. But that's not always the case. Even though 1 in 4 children may have a vision problem, eye doctors tell us the symptoms aren't always so obvious. We do know that 80% of all childhood learning is visual. And without good vision, kids can have trouble learning to read and may fall behind in school. For clues on how to spot the real-life signs of childhood vision problems and what parents can do, visit checkyearly.com. A public service message from the Vision Council of America, and reading is fundamental.
Lens on the World. I'm your host, Xinyu Zhang. I'm very pleased to have in Sharon Boluva, Chairman of the Fairfax County Board of Supervisors. She is very busy with the election this year. It's November 3rd, is the election day?
November 3rd is election day, yes.
Thank you for your time. That's what I said. You're a great leader to me. So how can you give us advice how you became a great leader as a woman, like for empowering women and girls?
Well, there are different kinds of leadership. And When I was always a shy kid, so I never thought of myself as a leader. But I was the oldest child, and so I bossed my siblings around. But I would say that there are different kinds of leaders. I'm the kind of leader that, first of all, I'm dependable and I will follow through on things. And that's important because a lot of people, they start and then they don't finish it, or you think that they're going to finish something and they're not dependable. And it's important that a leader is dependable, that they carry through, that they follow through, and that they make sure that other people are also motivated to do their job as well. So that's something that I learned. I learned a lot along the way. My predecessor, before I was elected as the Braddock District Supervisor, taught me a lot about how to work with people, and even to the point of when there's a meeting, putting people in a circle so that they're part of the process, and rather than you at the top and having people sitting in front of you. Also planning things. So a good leader thinks through on things that they want to accomplish and how they're going to accomplish those things. So you have to have kind of an organized mind. And if you don't have an organized mind, a good leader knows how to find people who can help them to organize work and to organize ideas. And I would also say that a good leader listens. So you're a bad leader if you can be bombastic, you can be strong, but if you're not paying attention to what people are saying and what people are doing, and try to read their body language, then you're not really as good a leader as you could be. So the process of listening to people, paying attention to where people are coming from, is really critical and important. So those are some ways of being a good leader. And there are different kinds of leaders. There are quiet leaders. There are people who are more charismatic and strong leaders. And I consider myself a collaborative leader. So I like to get people around me and to work with me. And for me, that's the best way for me to get results. And it's satisfying to me to have people that I like to work with and to develop. I like to develop leadership within my circle when we're working on a problem or an issue.
I think it's true. To me, I feel you are really considerate. When I did pray for the 4th of July for the campaign of the David Boluva, then so you get out of your car, then you walk with us, and then talk with us. So that time I just felt it's different, felt something in my heart.
Well, thank you.
And also today, you have your own TV channel in your county, so then you come to my show, it's kind of very supportive, so I feel that way. Aww. So you have, through many years public service, you have spent a lot of time. How do you balance your family and your work? Let's probably advise us a little bit.
That's a really good question. And it's important that if you're going to be in office, or if you're going to be in politics, but also if you're going to be in business, if you're going to be in entertainment, whatever you're doing, it's important to try to have balance. And you have to think about what you personally need to keep yourself strong and fit. For me, I know that exercise helps me, and so I try to arrange my schedule so that at least 3 mornings during the week I can run and clear my mind. And then my kids are grown now, so I have grandchildren. So I try to make time to to spend with them. But especially my husband, and he just recently retired. So we try to keep Friday night as date night. So as busy as I get, and sometimes I can't be home with him as much as I would like, but we make special time for each other, and that is precious to me and precious to him. So you have to make the balance happen. Have to think what's important and what you need to be strong, and you have to think, what do people around you need in order for you to be able to keep relationships strong and healthy.
Yeah, because for your success, probably without them, you cannot be there far. I mean, family is very important. It's the Dunlawry Metro Station kind of a lot of projects going on around there. I just wondered, the Mosaic project, how did you start that project?
Well, I can't take full credit for the Mosaic,
Right.
but let me tell you about the Mosaic, because it's a really interesting project, and it's a one. I just came actually from Merrifield Day, and so I'm a little bit windblown. People are having a ball, and they're having such a good time, and the Mosaic has changed from being an older, industrial, tired kind of an area into a vibrant community with so much going on, and people are playing and going to shops and restaurants, and so it didn't happen by accident. It was Jerry Connolly, who now is in Congress, but at the time of when Merrifield was first begun, it was his vision that this area was close to Metro. It was on the Merrifield area was on major roads, and that it was in need of revitalization. And so he pulled together the landowners in the area and the residential community, and did a very, very thorough planning process to plan for what is now the Mosaic. So that was probably, I don't know, maybe 10 years or more ago. The recession happened, and so people kept thinking, well, where's our stuff? When is the area going to be revitalized? But people couldn't get financing or loans, and so a period of time went by where nothing much happened, and then we started to recover from the recession, and people started to invest in redevelopment, and it's just really taken off. But it really started with Jerry. He was the Providence District Supervisor at the time, and Jerry pulled together a task force of business people, landowners, the residential community, county staff, and those plans now are taking place. So things are happening, and it is just beautiful. It's a wonderful example of revitalization.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's really convenient that people can just walkable to their, take tour, go shopping, then eat in the restaurants. So it's really convenient.
The philosophy these days is to try, when we're redeveloping and developing, to build more patterns where people can live, work, play, shop within walking distance, and places that are also close to mass transit or bus transit. So that really is what the Mosaic is all about. Also Tyson's Corner, which is a larger redevelopment, larger revitalization, but you will see more and more of that. We love our suburban communities, our subdivisions, but they're not very easy to navigate unless you have a car, and that's something that we've identified as an issue that needs to be resolved. So making sure that we're protecting and supporting our older subdivisions, and there will also be new subdivisions that happen, but also making sure that when we're revitalizing, when new communities are being developed, that they aren't so auto-dependent, so that people don't have to have a car in order to get wherever they want to go.
That's a very good idea. Through the many things you have done, I think it's the transformation of Tysons and the civil lines kind of are your biggest accomplishments. Tell us more how you put the funding together. Maybe not yourself again.
You know, the Silver Line and Tysons is a example and a demonstration of the importance of continuity of leadership and vision. And so the Silver Line extension, so this is a WMATA extension of rail from Falls Church all the way eventually to Dulles Airport and into Loudoun County. When Dulles Airport was first created, was first built, there was a vision to connect it to the metro system. But that didn't happen for many, many, many years. And so it required many governors and also chairmen of the boards of supervisors to think in terms of what kind of planning do we need, what kind of funding are we going to need. And so it has been challenging. And the Silver Line in particular is unique in that usually in the past, big projects like that would have had a lot of federal funding, mostly federal funding. In this case, there wasn't much federal funding. And so we ended up cobbling together local, state, as well as some federal funding to make that happen.
You made it.
But we made it.
You have also done something with the minority, very great. Next time we invite you again. Thank you so much for watching. Stay with us, watch our program on Channel 10. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.